Hello, beautiful family. Today, I wanted to pick this nice little spot in the yard so you could see this fantastic tree. It's such a beautiful creature. So graceful. Luckily, the birds are not being too noisy right now. There was a whole bunch of them in there earlier when I started this. I asked them politely, "Birdies, please. Please keep it down, birdies." Which makes me think that I'm reminded of a lesson that I must learn. It's something I've had to integrate lately because it seems to me that there is no real good or bad so much as there is a higher understanding and a lower understanding. And when you have a low understanding of things, you tend to do the best with what you have, right? You still feel that it is the right thing to do. Which is why we get such confusing and conflicting beliefs. But for higher understanding, when you know something to be true, and even when we think we know something to be true, this could be a lower understanding disguising itself as a higher understanding, right? My mind can get very pushy lately when I want to help others, and it's my want to help them. It may not even be what they want, and this is very important because if it isn't what they want, then it's doing the exact opposite. It's not helping at all. It's just hurting them, and it's making our connection more shaky and rocky because I'm pushing my desire onto them. Does that make sense? So, I've been doing my best to be more aware of my mind. I don't know what's best for people, even though my mind thinks it does a lot. It's like trying to tell people how to do something that you've never done. Does anybody do this? The mind does it pretty often, I think. I think that my mind, I have lost a few friends lately because I impress my desires upon them so forcefully. And that's still a very selfish thing, even though it may be disguised under the name of selflessness. It's me not listening to my own advice, which is funny. I'm not trusting them, but they can get there on their own. So I will need to be more aware. And it's not, we don't need to stop the thoughts. You don't need to control them or manipulate them or get them out of your brain. You just need to be aware of them. See them for what they are. Recognize them. But don't identify. Don't let them magnetize to you or stick or cling. Don't think it's you. Even the good thoughts, which you think may be good thoughts, like I've noticed lately a great deal of aggression focused on doing the right thing. One individual had approached me and said, with no hesitation, that they wish they could really hurt somebody with no legal repercussions, because that person would ideally deserve it. I just have to feel that's a very low vibration, because you want to cause harm to someone to teach them a lesson, I guess. That's kind of the same thing that I'm doing, right? You know, I want to help people find their peace and their happiness, and so I'm being very forceful about it and pushing it onto them, and they clearly don't like it. So it's not helping. It actually might make them resent people that are trying to help them, which is very dangerous. So, I feel it is best that I slow myself down more and just observe my own thoughts and my feelings about something before I let it all tumble out of my mouth. I'm just trying to help. No, you're trying to help yourself feel better. That's different. The more I watch my own mind movements, the more I start to understand I don't know that much. I don't know much at all. But we're getting better every moment. I hope if there is a next life that I get to be a tree. Because trees are so majestic. They are an embodiment of being. Not so much doing. That's the human thing in us. We gotta do things and get things done and all the time. And maybe we should pick more time to just be. What would you like to be? Let me know. Let me know. Tell me down that if you got to choose what you want to be, what would it be? It could be a flower. It could be a jellyfish. Jellyfish are cool. I did a guided meditation with someone on Sunday, and they took us on an adventure through the deep sea. I got to see all kinds of alien creatures and life forms at the bottom of the ocean. And I realized my favorite animal is a jellyfish. I don't know very much about them though. Maybe I should start studying. I just think they're really cool. Like, no brains, but they exist and do things and eat and all that. And their bodies are so any shape, and they can be huge, they can be tiny, they can... A friend mentioned that there's a type of jellyfish that can apparently kill itself and then resuscitate itself to avoid predators. It's kind of interesting, especially if they don't have a brain. How are they aware? Oh. Well, that's funny that I approach it that way, because you don't need a brain to be aware. Awareness is what you are. It's not a doing, right? Not an action step that we humans like to do. Do things. Do all kinds of things. You cannot do awareness. It is what you are. So we're just recognizing it more and more. What a funny thing this mind is. I wish I could just have you all in a room with me and we could just talk. We could have our own satsang. Well, maybe we can do an online version sometime. I wouldn't know how to do that, but there are no mistakes. Only lessons, if you're aware of them. It's funny, because I have a video that's named Mistakes, which I might rename, which is extra funny because I renamed it before that. Because before that, I was very low vibration and towards myself, and I named it I'm Dumb. Which, you know, I don't agree with at all anymore. So I changed it to Mistakes. And now I realize there are no mistakes, just opportunities to learn. Maybe I'll rename it again. Does anyone have a good idea of a name? If there is one thing that I know out of all the things I've learned in this short YouTube adventure, it's that I can't really teach anybody anything. It's more that I can point you in a direction of higher vibration. And I won't say I can point you in the right direction, because that feels akin to the, this is how things are supposed to be done. But that's not the case, because just because I found a way to do something doesn't mean it's correct for you. But I'm more than willing to grant my perspective. Because you're amazing. Huh? I like to be connected to you guys, and that's what I want. Oh. And it's okay to want things. Just be aware of them as what they are. Look, it's Guru. Hello, Guru. Hey, buddy. You're so cute. Well, thank you for watching. I love you, and I just want to help. So, take my advice with a grain of salt, because even though I want to help, it may not be right for you, and that's okay. Oh, he probably wants food. He's so dramatic. Oh, food, please. Like we don't ever feed him. I'll see you guys next week.